Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In this video I'd like to look at the NQ and how it unfolded yesterday, which was Monday, April the 9th. So I want to have a look at, first I want to have a look at the standard MTPredictor trade setups as we can see on these charts here. First we look at the STF color. You can see it was red and then black, which means we could have been taking sell setups throughout the day. So let's start by analysing this first TS3 sell setup here. If we put the analysis on, you can see this would have had us in a short trade here that carried on down and eventually came back and stopped us for a -1R loss. So let's take away a worst case scenario here, and let's assume that you did not move your stop to break even and you would have been stopped out for a -1R loss. Interestingly, this second history triangle here represented there was another short trade in here, but you wouldn't have taken this short trade because you're already in one trade already. Well, let's take the opposite view. Let's say that because you were down here and your profit was at this point in time, if I drag this up, at this level here, your profit would have been approximately 2.3R. So let's assume you put your stop to break even. You would have been stopped out here for break even. You saw this next setup came in, so you looked at this and you took this setup, and this one would have been stopped out for a -1R loss. So either way, you'd have had a -1R loss from these two setups here. However, let's have a look at clearing the chart. We then had another sell setup here. This time it was a DP or decision point sell. STF was black, so it was okay for standard traders to take. Let's put the analysis on. Even at the first target here, you can see the profit was 4.5R. So this is a great example of how position sizing is good for you, and position sizing means we vary the lots or contracts on each setup to keep our initial risk small and under control. So here the profit at the first target would have been 4.5 times the initial risk. So instantly you can see that it would have more than made up for the -1R loss early in the day. However, what we do when the market gets to our first target, we look at what we call the STF strength. And for this we look to see whether our STF indicator is beyond our strength band, and it was in this example. That means we then change to our ATR stop, which is our coloured red dots here, to manage the trades. So that would have held you short, 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 and in fact would have held you short into approximately the close, which was about down here. So in reality you would not have been taking a plus 4.5R profit. The actual profit was nearer 8.6R, or 8 times the initial risk. In other words, this would have turned an initial risk of approximately $400 into a profit of just over $3,400. So this is a very good example of how position sizing works in the real world, and it's why it's so important to keep your losses small, and when they unfold keep them at only -1R, and then when your profits come through they're big and much larger than your losses. And this is the main key to successful trading, and this is the fundamental part on which MTPredictor is designed, in that the automatic setups, when they come through, and you will have losing trades, every single trader knows that losses are inevitable, it's all part of trading, but the trick is keeping those losses small, in this case -1R, and when the profits come through they're large and much larger than the losses, and that's the key to successful trading. So for the standard traders among you, it was a very good day on the 3-minute NQ yesterday, but now I want to have a look at how the advanced traders among you would have seen this as well. And just as before we get on to that, notice how this DP sell was actually at the very high of the day. So it's very nice for a day trader to be short off the very high of the day to catch a big swing like that. Let's now look at the 15-minute chart, and we'll put some our decision points on the chart. Remember, these are leading indicators, so they go on the chart before the market even gets there. So here we would have seen a prior pivot here. So we right mouse click and we put our decision point on the chart there, and as you can see that would have been on the chart before Monday's session even opened. Then just look what happened. The market came down, tagged right at this decision point support level, before then rallying very nicely indeed. So this 15-minute decision point level here actually caught the very low of the day for you. So in reality the advanced traders would have caught the low of the day, then had a very nice trade off the high of the day as well. Added weight for the advanced traders among you, particularly on this sell setup here, because it's always very scary trying to take a decision point trade because they're what we call trend terminations. And one of the exceptions that I look at myself is when the DP is at the end of a 5-wave sequence. So for this, we can very easily hover the mouse over the bar in question, right mouse click, come down and ask MTPredictor to analyze the edit waves. We normally use the intermediate degree here. And as you can see, the Nasdaq rallied in a lovely 5-wave sequence. So remember, this was the low of the day we had here, which was on our 15-minute support. The market then went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the high right at the minimum wave 5 WPT. So this was a great indication of where this 5-wave sequence was likely to end. And also notice that was also at the same time we had an automatic DP sell here. Our Elliott wave analysis then suggests that at the very least we should come down to the wave 4, which was here, put our DP on, and that's where the initial target of the wave 5 is going to be. And that was exactly the same place as our DP target of our automatic sell setup. Again, because the STF was strong, you'd have managed any short trade off this high into the low of the day as well. Exactly the same as our automatic setup we had earlier. So this is why for the advanced traders among you, you were able to first of all catch the very low of the day by our DP support level on our 15-minute charts. Then you had added confidence, particularly on this DP sell here at around about just before 3 o'clock, because this was also at the end of the 5-wave sequence. If I clear the chart, you can see how the MTPredictor Elliott wave patterns found the 5-wave sequence, and the high was right at the minimum wave 5 WPT. So that nailed the high of the day absolutely perfectly for you. I'm showing you this in the new beta version of our MTPredictor 7 program, which is not released yet, it's still in beta. But we also have exactly the same in our RT add-ons for NinjaTrader. Here you can see was our TS3 sell, there's our history triangle there, here's our automatic DP up here for our same trade management as we had before. If I clear everything off, again hover over the bar, right mouse click, do Elliott wave intermediate, and there you can see exactly the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the high of the day falling right at our minimum wave 5 WPT. That's nailing the high of the day. We come down here, we put our decision point on, there we are. We now do our manual risk reward into the low of the day because we know that the STF was strong, therefore we'd want to manage this trade with our ATR stops. So here we have the MTP RT add-ons for NinjaTrader, allowing you to do exactly the same kind of analysis as we had before. I'll just change the 15-minute chart very quickly and place the DP on from here before as well, and there you can see at that level, if I just extend it out using this triangle, not this triangle, this rectangle, catching the very low of the day. So actually if I go back to the 3-minute chart, you can see there's our 15-minute DP coming in there absolutely beautifully. So whether you're using the MTP RT add-ons for NinjaTrader or MTPredictor 6.5, or in this case MTPredictor 7, you would have caught the very low of the day here by using our 15-minute chart and our decision point, which was on our chart in advance, or whether you are using the 3-minute chart and whether you're a standard trader and caught the DP sell here, you would have also had the added confidence of the 5-wave sequence to actually nail the very high of the day there as well. So a very good day for MTPredictor users on the NQ yesterday.